Welcome back everybody, welcome to another video. This is the first in a series of videos that I'm going to be releasing over the next month tracking my progress in Valorant. Every day I'm going to be using AIMLAB as well as playing a couple of Valorant games, and I'm going to be tracking my progress, my stats, everything like that across the entire month of July. For this first video, all I did was get a baseline in AIMLAB, so I went through and did 8 different exercises, which I'll talk about a little bit later. Went through, did each one 2 different times just to get myself some baseline scores. And after I go through all those exercises, I'll sort of talk about all the things that I learned about myself and my playing through AIMLAB. So the first exercise that I did is called Spider Shot. With Spider Shot, a ball will spawn in the middle, you shoot that ball, and when you shoot that ball, a new one will spawn somewhere around that center ball, and then you have to shoot out to that second one. The goal in this exercise is to work on flicks. The next exercise that I did is called Strafe Track. This exercise has you follow a sphere moving around in a 3D space with your cursor. The goal is to stay on the sphere as long as possible and improve tracking. Next was Grid Shot, which is one that I thought that I would be pretty decent at because I've done it a little bit in the past. With Grid Shot, you have an array of possible places that different balls can spawn, with only 3 being on the screen at any one given time. The goal is to eliminate those balls as fast as possible and get as high of a score as possible. The next exercise was Switch Track. This is similar to Sphere Track in that the goal of the exercise is to track a ball with your cursor, but with this one, the balls are moving in front of you side to side, and you have to switch between different heights and different left and right orientations. The next exercise was Strafe Track. This exercise involves tracking a ball with your cursor that moves left and right at random intervals. The goal here, like the rest of the tracking exercises, is to stay on the ball as much as possible. The 6th exercise I did is called Motion Shot. This one is similar to Spider Shot in that there's a center ball at the start, but then the outer ball that spawns is also moving, and the goal is to be able to flick from that center ball out to one of the balls in the moving positions. The next exercise I did is called Detection. The goal of this one is that 20 balls will spawn on the screen one at a time. As soon as that ball spawns, all I have to do is click my mouse. It's all about reaction time and perception. The last exercise is called Decision Shot. This one, a ball, either red or blue, will spawn on the screen. Once that ball is clicked, 2 balls will spawn, 1 red and 1 blue, and the goal is to click on the one that matched the color of the single ball that spawned on the screen. So like I said, I did each of those exercises twice. I played through them all one time and then went back and through and played them all again. I just wanted to do 2 times through to make sure that there were no errors or any weird things, and really that my scores accurately reflected how I was performing right now. So then here are my scores. What I learned from doing this is definitely that I know when things are supposed to happen, but not necessarily what to do. My perception score was significantly higher than the rest of my scores, which again indicates to me that I know that things are supposed to happen in a game, but may not necessarily know how to react or react in the fastest way or the most efficient way. I also noted each of the weaknesses that popped up on some of the exercises and felt as though they were relatively consistent, that I had a little bit of a weakness on the left side of my screen, which just means that any enemy or something like that that pops up on the left side, I'm less likely to react as quickly. I don't necessarily take that error completely to heart, because I think the biggest thing that I noticed was that my tracking needs to improve. Hopefully through doing AIMLABs and playing Valorant a little bit more consistently, I will start to see those improvements that I hope to see. So throughout this month, my goal is to release some clips from the Valorant games that I'm playing, as well as updates on my AIMLAB progress and an update with all of my Valorant stats and all those kinds of things throughout the month of July. So that's all I've got. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Also leave a comment of anything that you'd like to see or any other statistics or something like that that you'd like me to keep track of. I'm always willing to change up what I'm doing just a little bit. and I will see you all next time.
How come all this conversation, me? How come all your ladies, they want me? 1, 2, 3, 3, 7, I'ma lead.
Oh, I died, no way.
Way back to the bag, that's greed.
I know.
Greed. Low by the whip, G-class.